There's a reason powerful countries rely on Canada. It begins with its military. Canada maintains a professional force of around 65,000 active personnel, supported by more than 25,000 reserve members. It is not the largest military, but it is modern, highly trained, and built for efficiency rather than size. On the ground, the Canadian Army operates Leopard 2 main battle tanks, supported by over 500 LAV-6 armored vehicles designed for mobility and protection across difficult terrain. Canada also fields M777 howitzers, long-range artillery systems that allow forces to influence the battlefield from a distance. These systems are organized into battalions and brigades focused on coordination, precision, and adaptability. What makes these forces effective is not just equipment, but how they operate. They are trained to function in extreme cold, remote environments and challenging terrain where conditions alone reduce the effectiveness of less prepared forces. In the air, Canada's reach expands further. The Royal Canadian Air Force operates around 70 CF-18 Hornet fighter jets, used for air defense, interception, and patrol missions. These aircraft are supported by transport and surveillance systems that extend operational range. Canada is also moving toward newer platforms like the F-35, which will strengthen its future air capabilities. At sea, Canada maintains a capable naval force. The Royal Canadian Navy operates about 12 Halifax-class frigates for patrol and escort missions, supported by 4 Victoria-class submarines that provide stealth capability. Canada also uses Arctic and offshore patrol ships, designed for operations in northern waters where extreme conditions limit access for most countries. Operating across the Atlantic, Pacific, and Arctic Oceans, Canada's Navy provides strategic reach and flexibility. Canada's military strength is not based on numbers alone. It is based on integration. Land forces, air systems, naval units, and surveillance networks all work together. Through alliances like NATO and NORAD, Canada is connected to global defense systems that multiply its effectiveness. This means Canada operates as part of a coordinated structure that shares intelligence, monitors threats, and responds collectively. Now, when it comes to nuclear power, Canada takes a different approach. Canada does not possess nuclear weapons. However, it plays a major role in the global nuclear system through uranium production. Canada is one of the world's leading producers of uranium, a key material used in nuclear energy. This gives Canada influence in global energy systems, as many countries depend on stable access to this resource. Instead of relying on nuclear weapons, beyond this, Canada holds large reserves of oil, fresh water, and critical minerals. These resources are essential for global industries and energy systems. Countries rely on stable supply, and Canada is one of the most reliable sources. This is where military strength and economic power connect, because control over resources increases influence, and influence shapes global decisions. Behind all of this is a mindset built on discipline and control. Canadian forces are trained to operate under pressure, remain calm in extreme conditions, and make decisions based on strategy rather than reaction. This approach increases effectiveness and reduces risk. Canada does not rely on constant displays of power. Its strength comes from coordination, positioning, and preparation. From 65,000 troops on the ground, to fighter jets in the sky, to naval forces across 3 oceans, to resources that support global systems, Canada maintains a role that is stable, connected, and essential. That is why powerful countries rely on Canada, not because it is the largest, but because it is prepared, positioned, and strategically important.